Goalkeepers, Paul from keeperstop.com here today to talk about the best goalkeeper equipment for protection and performance.
I'm ready for the show. I am properly prepared. Goalkeeping training, it's hard on your body. We're making a light of sometimes how we feel as goalkeepers coming to the field with all this extra material. But the reality is it's needed, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have amateur goalkeepers, developing goalkeepers that are throwing their bodies about by goalkeeper coaches, up, down, left, right, this repetitive impact. So it's important to make sure that your body is covered. Turf is terrible on your gloves, on your equipment, on your skin. People bleed, they sweat, they spit, and it doesn't clean like grass. So you want to make sure that you're covered.
Yeah, but even the pros who play on perfectly cut grass every day, when they're training, they're covered head to toe. You see them, they've got the undershirts on underneath the t-shirts, they've got leggings on, they have protective padding on their elbows because they can't afford to get injured during the week of training and prevent them from playing in a game at the weekend. You know, now in soccer, there's so much money involved in soccer. You can't have your starting keeper like De Gea or, Neuer being out injured because of a bruised elbow or a bruised hip. It's not what happens in the game these days. So we wanted to get onto the necessities that you should have in your goalkeeping locker for protective equipment. So I'm going to start with the sliding shorts. We've got several different options here at Keeper Stop. I'm going to go over a couple of them. The first one is the women's body shield slider from Starelli. It has the pour-on foam here on the hips and the outer thigh. This stuff is military grade foam. That's coming from Starelli, and this is very protective, but it's also super lightweight and super pliable, so it forms to the shape of your body. If you want something a little bit more protective and a little bit longer, this is a shorter cup for the female goalkeepers. They do have a longer cup called the FP slider, features a little bit more protection down the sides, same density foam, again, a great option to have. And then if you want to go a little bit more robust, you could go with something like the Elite padded slider, which has 7mm of memory foam padding. This is great for your hips and your outer thighs when you're diving, especially on turf. Really protective. Gives a good feel. It's not a bulky item by any means. You can slide your regular shorts on over these. But for me, I have like 3, 4, 5 pair of these things in my locker at one time, and I just rotate through them. Because exactly, he's counting them off for me. But if I'm at like a summer camp or I'm training 4 or 5 times a week and then I've got games at weekends, you can't have enough of these things because you sweat in them, they get dirty, there's mud, there's bacteria off the turf. You want to make sure that you're washing these regularly, so having 4 or 5 pair of them is, for me, a necessity for your locker.
Yeah, and as Paul said, they come in different densities. So if you hold up the Elites again, the Elites have a higher density, it's more padding. So maybe that's on a diving day, a training day, or, if you do play on a harder field, you play that. But if you want something lower profile, youth goalkeepers tend to be minimalist. They want less. Their sleeves are rolled up, their pants and shorts are rolled up so they can show off their stems. But the reality is you want them covered, and something like that will, while providing some foam, what you're getting is flexibility, you are getting compression, and you are getting the padding. One of my featured items that I think that is becoming more prevalent now is the goalkeeper legging, and Sterling has a great goalkeeper legging. I'm also wearing an Elite one. So I'm going to stand up and show you my stems over here, which has got great hip padding as well as knee padding as well. So you'll see close-ups of this as we go through it. But GK leggings become more popular because they're tight to the skin. So again, they're offering that compression. They're stretchy material. So what happens is when a goalkeeper is working, you're diving, you're coming out in breakaway saves. Especially on turf, you can leave half of your knee or side or, forearm on the turf. So with that, maybe you do burn a little bit through some of these things sometimes, but that means you're just coming out low, hard, and you're aggressive. But the GK leggings, the goalkeeper leggings, padded or not, depending on your manufacturer, is you're starting to see in youth goalkeepers. You definitely see it in the pros. All the pros are wearing them, and they wear them as I showed you before. I'm wearing shorts over them, and you're just wearing these under, so that you're covered. And this could be a great cold weather item too, especially we're in New England. So fall time and springtime, you're in a goalkeeper legging that, from a performance standpoint and a protection standpoint, helps elevate your game and keep you healthy on the field.
Yeah, for me, a legging is a useful item if you're training and playing on turf regularly. That can be the difference between skin on your leg or skin on the turf. And for something that is very minimalist and fits right underneath your shorts, it's a no-brainer for me. You should just be wearing them.
One more thing, actually, though. Sorry, just in, is that we've actually had goalkeepers at the university that I coach at, and you've had it as well, that if their legs are not covered, so your thigh is such a big area, so whether it's a GK legging or a compression legging, that they've come out low and hard on turfs during games or whatever, and they've come up with raspberries the size of small cheese pizzas. And they've actually been out of training, out of games, because they develop infections. Turf is nasty stuff, but this can happen on ground as well. So you want to make sure you cover, because again, it's not just a scrape, it's infections, it's the bacteria, it's what happens after that. So why risk it? Prevent it.
Yeah, it's totally preventable. So for me, the next staple is a good quality goalkeeper jersey. I've got a couple of options here for you. For the goalkeepers that do not like padding in their jersey, you could go with something like the Joma Zamora 4. This is a full kit, but I'm just showing you the jersey here. It's a very breathable, moisture management polyester, fantastic material, very like silky material. It's nice and lightweight, but it does provide an extra layer between you and the ground. So the long sleeve jersey is going to provide some abrasion resistance for when you're diving, for the ribs, the hips, the forearms. Nice jersey, good quality. This is the Gladiator jersey from Starelli. This features the military grade Poron foam padding. Get my tongue untied here. On the elbows and forearms. So this stuff is the same stuff that you find in those padded leggings or the padded Under Armour, the undershirt that you've got on here, and the padded compression shorts that we were looking at before. So lightweight, pliable, fits to your arm perfectly. Again, I actually did feel that a little bit. This is designed, again, to be breathable, moisture management material, good for the summer, the spring, the fall, and protective for your elbows and forearms. So when you are making those diving saves, whether it be on hard ground, turf, whatever, you are protected from the upper or the lower part of your upper arm down to the middle of your forearm. Elbow is a pretty bony joint. There's not much protection there from the body. You hit that hard into the ground, it's going to hurt. So this stuff will save you from an injury when it comes to that.
Well done.
I managed to get it out after stumbling 4 or 5 times. So
to show the rest of the Joma kit, so the Zamora 4. So what we do, no, you can stay there now. I apologize. Okay. I don't want you to get up and do any extra work. Wow. So short shirt, matching sock is important because, again, it's covering. So this could be game or practice. We're not necessarily promoting just these two. I mean, goalkeeper jerseys come in all shapes and sizes. They come from different manufacturers. These are the two. I mean, this is one of our best-selling items because, again, matches, practice, and games. And we do love the tight-fitting Starelli jerseys, but there are a ton of options out there.
Yep.
Those are our must-haves. You need a goalkeeper jersey. You need, as Paul has, 3, 4, or 5 compression shorts, and we think something covering your legs. We like the goalkeeper legging just because it has more of a modern feel now. But there's others that we also suggest that we think that you should have in your goalkeeper wardrobe. And that first thing for me is the 3/4 goalkeeper undershirt. And Starelli has a great one, all right? So it has padding on the elbows, it has padding on the shoulders and the hips. So you have the Body Shield 3/4 goalkeeper undershirt. And I'm actually wearing it right now, so because I was ready for the show. So it does have padding. It's very slimming as well, but the compression, you have padding in the chest, you have padding everywhere. And, people get hung up on padding. It's like, I don't need padding, I'm an accomplished goalkeeper. But again, it's not just about the padding, it's about, this is flexible, high density foam, but low profile that just gives you a little bit extra protection. But most important for me, it's the compression. I mean, as guys that have done hundreds of goalkeeper camps, you see goalkeepers are not dressed properly because their shorts are too short, or they're in just a regular t-shirt and they drive their shoulder into the ground. They tear a labrum because their shoulder gets caught. Well, this stuff helps you perform better and does help you, does protect you. So with that, again, the goalkeeper body shield 3/4 undershirt, and there are other options, but this is the one that we love. And as a goalkeeper, this is what I'm wearing. I'm 44 years old. You can send me a birthday card in October, 45. But when I play, this is what I wear. And playing indoor, right? I come out low and hard on because I'm quick as a cat still. So I come out on a breakaway, and I know that I'm protected because I'm not leaving half of my elbow on the ground. And if I don't have my protective gear on, and we did make a joke out of it because sometimes we're like, you feel like RoboCop. I'm dating myself. I apologize. Or you feel like a gladiator, some respect. But if you're protected, I feel just more confident. I feel that if there's a through ball, I'm coming straight out at that ball and it doesn't matter. I know that my equipment, my goalkeeper equipment has protected me. And that goes for training environments too. You're not gonna think twice about reaching for an upper 90 ball, top hand, and coming down on your hips repeatedly because you're like, you know what? I'm properly protected. So again, 3/4 goalkeeper undershirt is something that I would love for all of you guys to have in your goalkeeping apparel closet or repertoire because again, it is something that you can use 3 to 4 seasons a year. Camp, training, games, cold weather, whatever.
Yeah, and there's no shame in wearing padding. This is not like a fashion statement. These things are sleek. They fit under your regular goalkeeper jersey, shorts. You can, most of the time you can barely tell that you've got padding on. So
you can wear this to the prom though if you really wanted to.
If you put like a little tuxedo cut on it, yeah, why not? So for me, another item that comes when it comes to protection and performance equipment that sometimes doesn't get the mention that it should is lower leg protection. So I'm not just talking about shin guards. We have a nice wooden one here because we're connoisseurs of the shin guard market, aren't we? I'm talking more along the lines of the Storelli leg guard. These are actually Christian's leg guards that I'm holding here that he wears in games. So yes, they smell a little ripe.
They're clean.
Little ripe. But you can see, how long have you had these years? Couple of years?
The Storelli product is definitely...
Yeah, these things last. It hasn't even lost any of its elasticity or stretch. The thing is, again, it's got the pour-on foam on the outside of the calf. It has the little sleeve so that you can just slide the shin guard in. It fits on your leg. This is something that not a lot of people give focus to because they just don't really think. They think, oh, I've got my shin guard on, my lower leg's protected. But the outside of the calf, the back of the calf, the ankles, this has got ankle padding on it as well. Sometimes it gets lost in the thought process of what protection is. But something like this, again, when you're coming out sliding at people's feet, and the game of soccer now has become a more possession based, and the goalkeeper is more involved in that possession. We're under higher pressure from strikers more and more often now, and there's going to be times where you have the ball at your feet and you may be having a striker coming in slide tackling you, and again the outside of the calf needs protecting. This is something that can do that, and again a relatively inexpensive item that could keep you on the field longer. Something else is the Reusch long sock. Again, regular goalkeeper sock that is cut 3 or 4 inches higher so it fits above the knee, adds that extra layer of protection between you and the ground, even over the knee to the lower thigh. Just gives you that extra abrasion resistance when it comes to sliding out to people's feet, making that dive and save. It's not got any padding in it, but it's certainly going to put that slick layer between the ground and your skin, which can stop abrasion. So I think these two are good options if you haven't thought of them yet.
I like them because as a goalkeeper coach, what have you, what happens is that when you're coming out and sliding out repetitively on grass, I remember when I was training a lot because I love breakaways, I love diving, is you start to have your skin irritated or you remove the hair on your skin, what have you. So what this does is it gives you that layer, as Paul said, it's protection. It really does provide, a layer between you and the ground, and that's what all this stuff is for, is to provide that layer. And as somebody's seen a lot of legs snap in half during games, and you want this protection. You want the ability to slide a shin guard in and out, and that outside protection is important when you get kicked or you get stepped on. It's that same high density but low profile flexible foam. Another option that I think that it's important to have in your goalkeeper wardrobe is any any one of 3/4 or long pant options. So here's the Starelli. This is the 3/4 goalkeeper Exo Shield. So in the Starelli range, you have Body Shield and you have Exo Shield. Body Shield is tight against you. Exo Shield is obviously outside the top layer. So you have, more aggressive, high density foam, still very flexible, covers the knees, it's a little bit more durable in the knee area, and still has that padding underneath. So it's a really popular piece of equipment that I have as well. Excuse me, because the bag dropped. But that is not the only option. I mean, that is the best of the best, so you're going to pay for it. You also have the very popular Adidas Tiero 3/4 goalkeeper pant, which will be a little bit more affordable. It has lower density foam, which is like, it's the same foam that you might find in your pillow.
Yeah, like a cushion foam.
Yeah, it's a cushion. Yeah. But most importantly is the polyester material. That's what you really want. But very popular. The Tiero 3/4 also comes in a long pant as well that you can't keep in stock. And another one that young goalkeepers seem to like, as well as pants, because at a price point, is we have a Reusch Alex goalkeeper pant. So I'm covering. So this is a better shot, probably better for the camera. Is that you have hip padding, you have knee padding, you have the stirrup underneath. I'm not a huge fan of any stirrups, but a lot of youth goalkeepers, I don't have to wear them, youth goalkeepers do, and they like the stirrup, and so because it stays in place. But most importantly, again, is polyester protecting you from the ground. Exceptionally popular for youth Sunday League goalkeepers that want a little bit extra protection and performance. Because again, the whole performance piece, people are like, well, it's protection, so how does it help you perform better? It keeps you on the field, it keeps you diving, it keeps you coming on breakaways without a thought and a question. Yep. So again, the Alex goalkeeper 3/4 or long pant by Reusch, it's $35. You can have this in your wardrobe and use it once a week, once every other week, and you're getting your money's worth because it's keeping you healthy.
So goalkeepers, in conclusion, Christian and I both feel that you should have these items in your locker, whether it be the sliding short, the 3/4 undershirt, the Exo Shield 3/4 pants, even the head guard that Christian is about to perfectly demonstrate now. These items are essential for keeping you on the field. Something like a padded undershort that I wear on a regular basis when I play, I know for a fact it's helped me prevent bruising on my hips, abrasions on the outside of my thighs. I don't wear the leggings, but if I was training and playing regularly like I used to on a turf field, I would certainly wear the leggings as well. I was lucky enough that when I played, I was always on grass. Even in college, I was on grass. And it's, for me, if you're playing and training on a harsh surface like turf, or even a not very well maintained grass, these items are absolutely essential for stopping preventable injuries such as the abrasions, the bruising, things that can be niggling injuries that keep you off the field.
As your goalkeeper coach back a few years ago, you still did have a 3/4 shirt, whether it was the Adidas 3/4 goalkeeper shirt, you had the compression shorts, but you also had your socks pulled up. That's a matter of professionalism, looking the part, but also protecting yourself. My whole point is if you want to be number one, you have to train like that you're number one. So you don't want your equipment or injuries keeping you from that. Yeah. So these are suggestions that we have. If you have any questions, we're here for you. This is what we suggest, but there are different budgets. There are youth sizes for goalkeeper equipment. There are adult sizes. We all come in different shapes and sizes, so we can help you with the sizing of this. So let us know what questions you have. Make sure you do subscribe. But now, my personal favorite portion of the show is that the goalkeeper highlights. Oh, yeah. This is why we do what we do, is so that we all have highlights in our head. We appreciate the highlights that you send in. So what I want to highlight is Parker from Connecticut, from Avon, Connecticut.
Good save.
Proof that goalkeepers can win a game. Yeah. 3 PK saves at the Jefferson Cup to win the Jefferson Cup, and they win 4-3 in PKs. Parker, take it away.
Now for me, my save of the goalkeeper show, you've just had Parker, 3 awesome saves on the PKs. My save is coming all the way from Melbourne, Australia. This was submitted in a couple days ago.
Good day, mate.
That's the worst Australian accent you'll ever hear. Got submitted in a few days ago, and we were sitting in the office and we were like, wow, what a fantastic save. And Jack from Melbourne, Australia, making a low diving save to his left, gets the ball up and away from the goal, and then the reaction from his teammates just makes it even better. It makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, so take a look.
Goalkeepers, thanks for tuning in and learning all things goalkeeping. KeeperStop.com sending some glove love to you. Please keep the questions and the highlights coming. Until next time.
See you guys. Take care.
Good show,
Do
buddy.
you want to hug? Oh, let's hug it out. Yeah, nice.
Exchange jerseys?
No.
Oh.
No.